Hey guys, it's Jolene from Smith's Nature Friendly Farms. We are hanging out in the garden today and we are planting some ginger. All right, this is a great garden day for today for me. I've been hanging out all day in the garden, and one of the things that I am planting is some grocery store ginger. So if you've ever bought ginger, left it on the counter, haven't made the recipe that you intended for, and it started to sprout, you are definitely in the win situation because you can now plant this guy. So that's what we're going to do today. But I want to let you know a really key trick to planting ginger. I've planted a lot of ginger that's had this, growth on it and failed miserably, and it's because there's a special trick. Okay, so first off, this is actually a piece of a last year's planted ginger, and this was also store-bought, so it came from Walmart, and we got a little sprout off it and we planted it, and down below is the root. Can't see it, it's quite hidden, but there's definitely root down there. So it's been planted for an entire year. It lived in our greenhouse that flew away, and we haven't rooted or pulled it up yet. So I want to leave it to see how big it gets and to get it to continue to expand. But today we're going to plant a brand new piece of ginger and add it to our ginger pool. Although it has other things in here as well, but we're going to add some more. So the single biggest trick is using cactus, palm, citrus potting mix. This fast draining soil is really, really good for ginger when you first plant it in the ground. Doesn't matter so much later on in its lifespan as it grows and it seems to get established. But when you first plant it, there's either a point that it's going to either rot or it's going to grow. So in order to prevent the rot, you want a fast draining soil. You want to keep it moist, like water it so that it doesn't get bone dry, but you want it to be fast draining. So this will be your number one winning tip for planting it. So I put in my fast draining cactus soil, and all I'm going to do is place in my ginger and cover it up. Leave that little tiny bit out, and I'll put down a bit more of the fast draining mix. And that's it. So from there, you want to keep it adequately watered. You don't want to let it get too dry, but you want to water it just enough that it doesn't rot within there. It won't want to be in any sort of soggy mix. It's kind of like a potato in a sense. You want to keep the potato moist, but you don't want it to get soggy and rot in the bottom of a pot. So this should be good, and hopefully we should have more ginger in our mix. All right guys, it's been about 2 months since I planted that ginger, and I thought we would take a look at how it's doing. Alrighty, these are the ginger babies. So this is that guy that we had just planted in those clips beforehand, and then these are the guys, these great big ones here from last year. And now we can actually get a bit of a look at the root because I wasn't able to show you before, but you can see it growing in here, and it's expanding and growing more. So I'm going to keep planting my unused Walmart ginger until I hit a point where I can just keep harvesting it on my own and not have to buy it anymore. And hopefully I'll only dig it out when I need it and won't have it sitting on the counter. But yeah, this is how it's doing. It's doing fantastic. It'll go in a greenhouse and it'll remain. Eventually this little pool, this was an old duck pool that we had for our baby ducks that got a hole in it, and eventually this will just be 100% all ginger, and we'll keep it in the greenhouse in the winter. I don't actually know if ginger will grow in Mississippi outside. It might, but I prefer to take care of it and make sure it does live because I got some time invested in this guy. So this is how the ginger's going, and that's it for now guys. Awesome. Be friendly, be kind.